Things goes on the chair. Things go on the seat. Things go outside. Go outside. Go outside. Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to another episode on the bus, Cool Adventures. Today we are building the benches. Me and my buddy, high five. So first, before I show you how we built them, I'll just show you what they do. So it starts out as two benches, both of them open. They have storage underneath. One of them is storing our table. So the table pulls out and becomes a table. And then the table then sits down and it makes these two benches into a bed. So it's a bed, table, bench extravaganza. Our dining room, our living room, and an extra bedroom if we so desire. So yeah, let's get into the build, shall we? Let's do it. You wanna build it?
Yeah.
Where mommy go? We started out with just some pretty simple 2x4 framing. Just cut the height to be just above the wheel well. And I used 2x4s because I wanted them to be secure, because this is where the kids are gonna be buckled into, and I didn't want them to go flying if we got into a car accident. And so 2x4s, screwed them in with the 3-inch screws, glued them down, measured off of the front stairs to make sure they were square and flush and straight. And then I put 2x3s on top of them, which gave me that room for the bed to go in between this area, because the table. The table is about a 2x3 thickness, so it sits right in this little area, and I just screwed into the top of the 2x3, and it fits quite well. After the framing was done, I stuffed some insulation back in the walls, and then I spent 2 or 3 days cutting plywood. And so for the stuff that you sit on and lean against, it's 23-30 seconds. And then for like the face stuff up here, it's 15-30 seconds. And so I put the back piece on first, and then the butt piece, and then the side pieces. And for this little latch piece, on this one I had to cut it out after I screwed it in, because I was planning to have the bed slide in the front, but it bowed too much, so then I just cut it and made it open like the other one. But for this other one, I just ripped 3-inch wide piece on the table saw, and then put these two 30-inch hinges on there, and it opens up real nice. Put in the plywood by pre-drilling, and then using that little, I don't know what it is, special bit to drill out the heads. And then I sunk them in, and then I filled them with some plastic wood, sanded it all down, and then I stained it. But I'm not really a fan of this stain color, so I think I'm gonna repaint it eventually. I would suggest not doing any painting or staining until you're done with all the construction part of the build. But yeah, so after all the plywood was on, I got to working on the platform for the table bed to sit on. And so I just ripped this on a table saw 3 inches wide and screwed it in so the table will sit flush with these guys. And yeah, it's pretty simple. I just cut the table to fit exactly in this gap between the two benches, which ended up being about, I don't know, 22.5 inches or something like that, or 24 inches. After I cut the table to width and to length, I ripped another piece of plywood to make it the right height. And I put this little, I don't know, whatever it is, under piece on, so that the legs would have something to like hinge up against. Makes it nice and tight and sturdy. Just use some hinge supports here, and then these longer hinges to help support the legs. Ran a cross piece across, and these are all 2x2s. Yeah, and it sits in and folds down pretty easy. It's pretty sturdy. Sanded it down, routed the edge, and put a little handle on it so I could pull it out. So yeah, the table fits in there perfect. Just rest down on it. It's A little bit difficult to do with one person, but 2 people, it's easy. What else is there? Oh yeah, we've got this nice little storage piece right on the edge here. We've also got this fun little room right in here for our shoes, right when you walk in the stairs. I guess you could call that the mud room. Nice little nook in there. On this side of the bench down here, we're gonna have shelves right in there. Paint those guys. I think that's it. This is the storage down in there. You see that? There's really not that much because the wheel well takes up most of the box. On this bench right here, we're gonna have a countertop. Our fridge is gonna be over there. So I didn't put the armrest on this guy yet. But each bench is 30 by 72 because that is the width and length of some cushions I found on Amazon. They're 6 inches thick, so that'll raise us up and then the table will feel like a good height. And then the back cushions are gonna be the same width as this gap in between. So these back cushions will just slide down and complete the bed. So I think that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope that made some sense. Wasn't too confusing. It was a confusing build for me, and it really hurt my back. I was leaning over for way too long. So thanks for watching. Go ahead and like, subscribe, share if you want, and have fun building your own bench, or not, just watching me build my bench. See you guys next time.